Hello students, this is the third video of drainage, chapter 3 of geography. In this chapter, we shall solve the NCERT book exercises. First of all, there is a first question is there in the book is on objective. The first question is there, choose the right answer from the four alternatives given below. In which of the following states is the Wular Lake located? Rajasthan, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir. The right answer is Jammu and Kashmir. Second question is, the river Narmada has its source at Satpura, Brahmagiri, Amarkantak, slopes of the Western Ghats. The right answer is Amarkantak. It is in MP. Third, which one of the following lakes is a salt water lake? In India, the famous lake of salt water is Sambar. The first option, Dal in Jammu Kashmir, Wular in Jammu and Kashmir, and Gobind Sagar is also not in a saltwater lake. The right answer is Sambar Lake in Rajasthan. Fourth, which one of the following is the longest river of the peninsular India? Narmada, Krishna, Godavari, Mahanadi. The right answer is Godavari. Godavari is the longest river in peninsular India. Fifth, which one of the following rivers flow through the Rift Valley? Mahanadi, Tungabhadra, Krishna, Tapti. The right answer is Tapti. It moves through the Rift Valley. Question 2. Answer the following questions briefly. First question is there. What is meant by a water divide? Give an example. Water divide. What do you mean by the water divide? It is an elevated area such as mountain or uplands which separates two drainage basins. Such uplands is known as water divide. For example, Ambala city is located on the water divide between the Indus and Ganga river system. It divides the two basin, Ganga basin from the Indus basin. So it is called water divide. Second question, which is the largest river basin in India? You know, the largest river basin is in the northern part of India. It is Ganga basin area. Number 3 question is, where do the rivers Indus and Ganga have their origin? Both originated from the Himalayas. Near Mansarovar Lake in Tibet, Indus River originates, and Ganga has two main headwaters in Himalaya, the Bhagirathi and the Alaknanda. Bhagirathi rises from Gangotri and Alaknanda rises from the Alkapuri glacier. They join both the origins later join at Devprayag. So these are the origin of Indus and Ganga river from Himalaya. Next question, name the two head streams of the Ganga. Where do they meet? Where do they meet to form the Ganga? Fourth question is there. So the right answer is the two head streams of Ganga are Bhagirathi and Alaknanda. They unite at Devprayag, and the last answer also I explained it. Unite at Devprayag to form the Ganga. Next question, Why does the Brahmaputra in its Tibetan part has less silt despite a longer course? The right answer is Tibet is the rain shadow of Himalayas and is a region of scanty rainfall. It is cold, dry region. Here, the river carries a smaller volume of water and less silt. Question 6. Which two peninsular rivers flow through Trot? The two peninsular rivers which flow through Trot are the Narmada and the Tapi. Narmada flows through a deep gorge of marble rocks and form Dhuandhar Falls, creating picturesque location. Tapi flows parallel to the Narmada, forming deep gorges. So these are the two rivers flowing east to west direction, and both originates from the MP and moves towards the Arabian Sea. These are the two peninsular rivers. Next question is state some economic benefits of rivers and lakes. Both rivers and lakes are useful for human beings. Water from both can be used to generate hydroelectricity for electricity generation, and the second, both help to create natural beauty, develop tourism, and provide recreation. So both the places, river or lakes may be natural or man-made. Both the lakes are useful for human beings and they are helping in human progress. Next question is there. Below are given names of a few lakes of India. Group them under two categories: natural and created by human beings. So there are the names of the lakes, and we have to categorize in two groups: natural or created by human beings, means man-made. Wular is natural lake. Nainital is the natural lake. Gobind Sagar is man-made lake. Next is Barapani is natural lake. Then Sambar is salt lake. It is also natural lake. Nizam Sagar is artificial man-made lake. Nagarjun Sagar, again man-made human being created lake. Dal is a natural lake. Bhimtal is natural lake. Loktal is also natural lake. Chilka again natural lake. Rana Pratap Sagar is man-made, human-made lake. Pulikat is natural lake, and Hirakund is man-made lake. It is a human created by human beings. So these are the lakes. Again, we remind you. Look this map here. We can see the different lakes and their location. Hirakund Lake here, man-made lake is this one, and Chilka Lake, natural lake. Here Gandhi Sagar, Govind Vallabh Pant Sagar Lake here. So go through this previous video to see these pictures. You can find out the different lakes like Wular Lake, Dal Lake in Jammu and Kashmir, and this is Upper Lake here, Loktal Lake. Look these different locations of this natural and man-made lake. Next question is discuss the significant difference between the Himalaya and the peninsular rivers. Rivers originating from snow covered Himalayas are perennial rivers. First difference there. They are living around the year. They are maintaining water throughout the years. These rivers cut a spectacular and picturesque scene, moving from the Himalaya towards the plain of Ganga. These rivers are long, broad, and having many meanders, oxbow lakes, and ultimately at last they go in Bay of Bengal, making delta at last. Whereas on the other hand, the rivers in peninsular India are not much water like the water in Himalayas river. They are seasonal rivers. Some are seasonals, and some rivers have less water in round the year. Their volume of water is reduced after rainfall has stopped. These rivers flow on hard, undulating, igneous, and metamorphic rocks, making waterfalls, but their middle course is very short and narrow. Most of these rivers drain into Bay of Bengal, making delta, except two, Tapi and Narmada. They move towards the Arabian Sea, western direction. So this is a difference, major difference between the Himalayas and peninsular rivers. The next question is compare the east flowing and the west flowing rivers of peninsular plateau. West flowing rivers are only two, Narmada and Tapi, flow from east to west direction and at last drain into the Arabian Sea. These form they moves towards the western coast. These two rivers are shorter as compared to the east flowing rivers. They flow through the trough and form gorges. They are also rain fed and are seasonal rivers. Whereas on the other hand, east flowing rivers are Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, and they flow from the west to east direction and ultimately goes to the Bay of Bengal. These rivers form fertile delta in the eastern coast. These rivers are longer and drain bigger areas. Their main course is flat area. Generally they are in flat areas. They are rain fed and depend on rainwater and are seasonals. So this is a difference between the east flowing and west flowing. We remember only two rivers towards west flowing rivers. Those two rivers are Narmada and Tapi, and rest of the rivers like Godavari, Mahanadi, Krishna, Kaveri, these all rivers, Tungabhadra, these all rivers moves towards the Bay of Bengal. Next question, number 6. Why are rivers important for the country's economy? Answer is almost same to this one. State the economic benefits of the river and lake. Country economy is mainly depend on the electricity. So first it is useful for the hydro power generation. Secondly, it is useful for the navigation. Third, it is also useful for the irrigation purposes. For agriculture works mainly depend on the water, and water is available due to rivers and lakes. So in this way you can write this answer and gives other examples also to in the progress or to the success of country or economic growth of the country mainly depends on the rivers, water availabilities, and different projects working based on the water availabilities or force of the waters, like river moving with high speed. It is useful in the hydropower generations, etc. Thank you.